Sergey, welcome to Hong Kong. Congratulations on a very successful SmartCon being held here. Can you share with us how do you see the SmartCon being held and also the reaction from the crowd?
Yeah, it was very positive. I think it was a very good mix of capital markets, traditional finance folks, and DeFi Web3 folks, and a lot of developers also coming together at the conference. It's a very technically focused conference. So I think we had groups working together from both the traditional and the public chain side to look at how to collaborate, which was the point of the conference. And I think Hong Kong was a very natural place to do that type of conference because there's a lot of innovation and advancement in both of those sectors in the same place. So I think Hong Kong was a really good choice because you have a lot of traditional financial institutions that are rapidly adopting blockchains and smart contracts and actually putting stuff out there in production, green bonds, all kinds of things like that. And then you have a number of great Web3 public chain teams that are also here. The theme was convergence. So the convergence of the public chain financial community and the capital markets TradFi community. And I think we found a lot of great speakers and great attendees from both of those communities here in Hong Kong. So I think it was a good choice.
Oh, that's great to hear. Thank you. Well, as you know, Hong Kong is committed to be a Web3 hub in Asia. On one hand, we are the biggest financial center in Asia. By ranking, we rank number 3 in the world and number 1 in Asia. And indeed, we also try to lead by example, right? Hong Kong is the first government globally that issued tokenized government green bond. We rolled out our regulatory regime for virtual asset trading platform last year. And also, in fact, we have different projects such as Ensemble on wholesale bank CBDC locally. And we also have the project Ambridge with various central banks in Asia and Middle East on cross-border CBDC payments as well. So we're definitely pushing forward. With that backdrop, I also want to see how you find Hong Kong as a hub for developing Web3 and also for the business from your community. Especially, I heard great things being done already between the Chainlink community and with the private sector and public sector in Hong Kong as well.
Yeah, I think everything you said is exactly right, and some of the main forces that are attracting our community and me also to Hong Kong to be here and participate myself even more in the community here. I think the size of the market in Hong Kong and the amount of value that is in the process of migrating on chain is very large. And yeah, it's the leading largest by volume financial center in Asia, so that's very attractive. And Asia is in many ways a very forward-looking future state of the financial system, and an important, critical participant in the future of that system. So I think Hong Kong is a natural place in that sense. I think the regulations and the clarity that you've been able to create and the regulators here have been able to create is extremely positive. I'd say it's one of the most positive, if not the most positive, set of clear regulations to facilitate actual transactions, usage of blockchains in a compliant way. So that's very positive. That's another very positive force. So you have a strong economic force in the form of the market, and you have greater and greater, more rapidly appearing clarity about what compliant real transactions look like, which is important for getting more and more value into the system. And then the final thing is, the technical projects like Ensemble, EHKD, the various other programs in the central bank and the HKMA here. Yeah, we're doing our best to see how we can be involved and helpful in those programs by providing the technology to prove reserves, do cross-chain transactions, execute various key computations that make those transactions more reliant on kind of existing legal frameworks that result in compliance and results in basically a reliable transaction, both in a legal sense, in a security sense, and in a technical reliability sense. So yeah, I just see a lot of progress here happening all at once. There's economic value flowing on chain in both the public chain and capital market sense. There's more regulatory clarity that's accelerating even more value going on chain. And then the central bank, the HKMA, those folks are really driving a lot of innovation and seem to want to encourage the adoption of blockchain technology for international trade flows, for central bank use cases, in Project Ensemble for a number of different use cases. And we're very hopeful and excited to be a technology resource and an open source framework that can help solve some of those problems. Everything you said are very good, very logical reasons for why I'm here and why our community and the usage of the Chainlink system is growing here in Hong Kong, which I'm very thrilled about.
Thank you, thank you. Well, indeed, let's say this year, Hong Kong became the first jurisdiction in Asia that rolled out virtual asset spot ETFs listed on Hong Kong Stock Exchange now. And also by the end of this year, we will submit our legislative proposal on stablecoins regulatory regime to our legislative council. So the government and regulator will continue to create a conducive environment for blockchain and also virtual asset business to flourish in Hong Kong. So once again, thank you so much for coming to Hong Kong, and congrats again on a very successful SmartCon being held here, and look forward to more and more business being done between Chainlink and the business community here in Hong Kong and Asia by and large. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you.